Hello and welcome to the Simulation Soccer League. I'm Jiggly.
I'm Val. Welcome to Season 6.
Wow, it's been 6 seasons already. I remember the last time we had a Simulation Soccer League, and it did not last to the 4th season.
Hey, first time for everything.
I was a part of the downfall, actually. But here we are now with the first week of Division 1. This past offseason has been interesting.
We're going right into this.
Okay, we're going right in. This past offseason was interesting for a team that we will talk about later when they actually play. But this first game is going to be Sao Paulo against Athênai FC. Athênai with a fairly simple 4-4-2. Looks like an empty bucket. I did not catch that Sao Paulo formation.
Like a 4-2-3-1 with a defensive midfielder playing behind the central midfielder.
Interesting. So I guess they're playing like a cross formation?
Yeah, something like that. And Sao Paulo, of course, in their first year of D1, after being promoted last season, I think they finished second in D2. I should know, I called the last game.
Well, I mean, you're up to the big leagues now too, because what, have you called many Division 1 games?
I called 1 round, I think. No, maybe 2.
Well, now you're up, and that was a header from Javier? I'm sorry, I have to read from a very small screen this time around. Lavovitz up the right wing. That's not getting anywhere.
Athênai still with it, though.
I thought that was Coquan too, but that's Levert with a save from Rage.
Huge save there by Adam Rage. A nice little build-up from Athênai after the first cross was cleared. They come forward.
I would have thought that they would have wanted to go for that 1-2, but hey, here's another chance. That was Fisher.
Adam Rage standing tall for União Sao Paulo so far. Rather unproductive corner there.
You know, sometimes that happens.
Yeah, especially if they're played short. Hashtag a ball short corners 2022.
That pass looked like it was going somewhere else, but it was stopped, and now it's Athênai on the break. I guess not.
Don't think they saw a passing lane they like, so let's reset. Oh, here's a chance. Oh.
Big chance, and that's 0-44 up there. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we don't have to talk about Sydney as a whole right now, but definitely 0-44 and a different kit now.
Yeah, the league's leading goal scorer.
His third team.
Yeah, one of the best.
Archer Vetter! Anivier! Okay, Pascal Anivier. What a great shot to get to the far post there.
Yeah, this is a counterattack from Sao Paulo. The ball ping-pongs around. Look at that sweet pass.
That was a
great Anivier. And a far post finish.
Iodele found him.
1-0 to the newly promoted side. They're showing they belong so far.
There's nobody up here to stop Joker. That barely gets out. I don't even know if that was saved by Rage. I think that bounced off a man.
Yeah, I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, I guess. And I mean, you get
nobody was closing him.
But got to do something with that corner for it to come to anything.
There's a throw-in. And they give it away to Sao Paulo. I want to go back to 0-44 because he is my favorite player in the entire league, as probably understood with every single with every single broadcast I'm in. Here's a quick chance though. Fisher! It bounces off, and that's Labovitz.
Labovitz. Athênai causing some chaos in the box there off that cross. As we take a look here. This is the cross in. Near
nobody
post
looking
laid
at
back.
Fisher.
Was that first one saved by Rage? And then finished?
I think that might have been like redirection or something, but yeah. Fisher got way too much space, and I mean, I don't think that's exactly what caused that goal, but definitely that's what started that whole opportunity, the fact that Fisher got way too much space in the box there. And there's Fisher again. It's a 44. His header is saved. And yeah, 44, I think that this may be his third kit in his career so far. Very short career for everyone so far, but I believe his first team was Tokyo, I think.
I think that was before my time, but
yeah.
I mean, and he's one of the best goal scorers in this league. He single-handedly is going to help Athênai be more of a threat in the title hunt this year.
It may be a question of whether they will have a strategy that's going to help 44 do what he does best, which we haven't seen it so far, as we're only in the 20th minute. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of action and not a lot of time so far.
But 44's whole game that you notice with the way he plays and the way you see the game develop is that he really likes just run out on the break. I mean, Route 1 may be a very reductive style of play, as we see it right here. It's kind of effective as that shot bounces off the crossbar. That's Coffee Biscuit? Yeah, that's Coffee Biscuit, I think.
Yeah, newcomer, I believe.
No, Coffee Biscuit is for a while. Yeah, he's from Montreal. I thought you were saying a new player.
No, like, just came over from Montreal. Very interesting pickup for Sao Paulo as they look to duel with D1, a team that they battled with for promotion last season. They scooped up Coffee Biscuit and someone else in that same trade. I believe it was Lexington, the defender.
Or Setsovitz Biscuit. That's saved. But yeah, you want to send somebody... You see, Sao Paulo was using it fairly well. I mean, that's how that goal... I mean, not exactly how that goal happened. That wasn't exactly Route 1, but that long ball over the top, creating space. There's Levert doing that exact thing. Saved by Rage. We've seen that sort of thing work a lot in this league. You want to try to exploit those spaces behind the defense, because I think a lot of these teams really want to press high.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to score goals? That's a big save there.
Yeah. minutes. We're closing in towards halftime.
Off of the saved by the eccentric keeper Anderson.
I think every single keeper in this league is probably eccentric. I mean, you got people. I only just found out recently that the keeper on my own team has 12 into free kick taking. You just scroll through a lot of these goalkeepers in the league, and they're just kind of doing their own thing, and I think that's neat.
You got to be weird to be a goalie in any sport.
Hey, goalie. Defender, no, not defender, drummer. I'm sorry, that was a completely different thing. But goalies and drummers are always weird, and when you get both of those at the same time, man. Hi, I was a goalie and I was a drummer.
Sao Paulo not wasting any time getting into that final third as we start the second half.
Biscuit a bit too late on that cross, I think. Not enough players in the box for that cross. Probably should have wanted to take that back.
Yeah, wait for a runner or something.
Here comes Athênai. And that's the thing with Athênai right now, is that they take it pretty slowly, but I mean, they do have players that can do it. As Levert is in the box, they're looking for something. And here it is, Yusker with a shot.
There was space there. Yeah, they couldn't find space to get anything, and then all of a sudden a lane opens there, and they get a good shot in a corner.
They're trying to take things slow, and as I said, they've got a striker that's not what they're about. We might see a bit of a lack of production from Owen 44 this season if they play this way. I mean, I wouldn't say that the team overall will do worse, but
there's going to be growing pains.
Yes, absolutely.
As with any new acquisition, but especially for a big name like 44.
Ooh, good pass, but a bit heavy touch there from 44.
Wind might have taken that one. I don't know what the wind patterns are like in Sao Paulo. I'm not a meteorologist.
The winds are how they are. You ever heard of the Coriolis effect?
I know of it. I don't remember exactly what it is because.
Well, Joker's here on the left wing and sending it in, and that's not hitting anybody. Ooh!
Oh, a little bit of ping pong action there in the box.
Somebody trying to get a head on it. That was either 44 or there was another player in there. Here's Joker with the corner. That's not fooling anybody.
Still a chance with that second ball.
Third ball? No, that's into Rager's hands.
Yep, Sao Paulo kind of holding on right now. Athênai are piling on pressure, but they're not creating those high-quality opportunities.
They're plinking it around in the back. This is one of the styles that I found pretty interesting a while ago, but I think we're seeing defenses adapt to it. That was a iffy shot from Lavovic there. But the style of passing around in the back, trying to pull them away. Montreal used it very effectively back in, I think, season 3 or 4. But I think many of these teams have sort of adapted to it.
Oh, sloppy turnover. Midfield.
Owen 44 with a burst of speed. Can't stay in, but the ball bounces around. That's Zinedine Gin Tonic.
Sometimes you make your own luck. And that ball was pinging around in the box. It found the right person at the right place.
I mean, that's
really
the second
nice first ball here. 44 holds up. That first shot is saved, but Gin Tonic, Johnny on the spot. 2-1 Athênai.
Well, you just got to be in the right spot, and I think that's you see that's the second ugly goal for Athênai this game.
Doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to go in.
As Ozzie Guillen once said, sometimes you got to win ugly. That close shot from Lavovic didn't really stand a chance there.
Yeah, there was no real angle to shoot from there.
Would you like to shoot at the keeper or at the keeper? They switch it out wide on the left side. Joker sends it in. That might be offside. Fisher's shot is saved, and that was offside.
Yep, Athênai, though, just pouring on the pressure, regardless of whether that was onside or not.
You know, that's the thing. You just got to rattle that keeper.
Yep, and I mean, it's early season. You know, timing is going to be off a little bit.
Chance for Gintanic. That's where he likes to be, honestly.
That was hit with some venom. The keeper saw that one very late. Caught me off guard.
There's a couple different players that you do not want to leave alone at the top of the box. I call that Colaprico's office from the Chicago Red Stars defensive midfielder Danny Colaprico, where she'd come up late. Here's 44 offside, but you see that half circle over there. That's you wait there, come up late, and that is where she would get her goals. And you see that's Gintonic's office in the SSL. That is where Gintonic plays out of.
Yeah, and that was a nice shot off the free kick. I couldn't tell who hit that one, but
I think that was Gintonic. Gintonic knows how to hit from outside the box. We're closing in on the final minutes here. Sao Paulo needs to get something going if they want a chance. But right now it is in their own end. They have to clear it. And it looks like this might be the last attack here, unless Sao Paulo gets a quick counterattack.
Gonna waste some time CONCACAF style.
And that is it. Athênai win 2-1, a comeback victory, honestly. And wow, look at that XG. Yikes.
Yeah, that opening goal for Sao Paulo just served as a bit of a warning shot, and then Athênai just completely dominated the rest of the game. They were pouring on the pressure, pouring on the looks. Sao Paulo's goalkeeper, Adam Rage, absolutely sensational today. Pretty much kept it from being, 4-1, 5-1. It could have been a whole lot worse. So buy your goalkeeper some dinner tonight.
I have a few, not nice things to say about, controlling possession, but if you're controlling possession in a high pressure area, if you're controlling possession in the opponent's third, you're doing something right then. If you're able to control it, and, as long as you can get some goals in, obviously the 2 goals that were scored were a bit ugly, but, when you play a style like that where it's just in the box and it needs to get in somehow, if it gets in, you've done your job.
Yep, and all that matters is the 3 points at the end of the day for Athênai as they start a very ambitious season on a good note. We'll see how Sao Paulo, they're going to obviously be trying to stay up. You just came up, and as we jump into our next game, Cairo City and Catalunya.
Cairo City is playing a 4-3-3 in Catalunya with that's an interesting 4-3-3. I don't think I've seen that styling from Catalunya before. I know that we've seen that 3-striker formation early days. You may not have been around for it. The early days of Hollywood FC, and that formation just dominated, or at least that 3-striker thing dominated. And be interesting to see how Catalunya does, if they're still going to run that same style of football that they like to play.
Yeah, and this was a team that was in the title hunt last season. Obviously didn't go their way. I believe they were the ones that lost the last 2 games. Which allowed
I remember
Sydney
that
to
they
sneak
lost
in
their last game. No, I think they drew their last game. They dropped points. I think that's the best way to put it.
Yeah. But I think there's a sense of unfinished business in that camp.
There's Catalunya now. Is Yarvinen. Doesn't go for the cross. They move towards the center again. Clark's shot is... Yikes.
Blocked.
That was blocked, but it was blocked in a weird way.
And that corner comes to maybe nothing.
And that pass did not go to anything. Torres not able to hold on to that touch. One.
Pulled too much mustard on that one. here come Cairo.
Not really. Well, maybe. No. You know what? I'm confused at this point.
I believe one of the stories too is I believe Cairo lost one of their lead strikers.
Oh, there's a quick shot here, Maple. Oof. That's gonna get in on the outside of the bar.
That was a good chance there for Catalunya. Had the keeper beat, didn't have the goalpost beat.
The goalpost is, you know what? It's either your best friend or your worst enemy.
Catalunya going to try and build from the back here.
I mean, that's what they like to do.
In true Catalonian footballing fashion.
Oh, you know, Ooh!
Well, that's a nice ball.
Okocha! JJ Okocha! New signing in from Seoul Mythic. That's a great play there.
You only get one shot to make a first impression. That's a heck of a first impression to score within the first half hour. Rounds the keeper. The Heretic comes way off the line. Okocha very calm, slots it home. 1-0 Catalunya. And
that's
this
a
ball
great
very
pass from Clark, though.
Yeah,
it's a
perfectly
wonderful
timed
pass from
run.
Clark.
Perfectly timed run. Of course, Cairo last season were in that relegation scrap for much of it. Stayed up on the final day.
Maple's shot is saved by the Heretic. You know, I think that I was going to talk about Catalunya actually because I think that they've become perennial favorites at this point. The moment that the players were able to finally adapt to the system that they like to play. I mean, the moment that they were able to adapt, they suddenly just dominated in the league. Unfortunately, they've only gotten like a single title out of it, but they are definitely a team that is gonna go out and get you.
Yeah, it's just about closing it out. Again, they were in the hunt for basically all of last season and then slipped up at the end. So again, there's probably a feeling of, we came this close. We're going to go back and we're going to actually finish the job this time. So we get a corner here for Cairo City.
There's Noodle. There's a lot of players out here right now. Oh, hey! Great pass there to Possible, and I was about to say, that's what I like about Noodle. That was Ketchup Noodle.
Yep, and another player making their debut for their club, Tim Possible, part of the Sydney shenaniganery. Great run to peel off and finish at the near post. I think the goalkeeper probably could have done a little bit better, but that was such a quick change of field.
Yeah, Ketchup
Noodle
Noodle
not a lot of time to react.
Ketchup Noodle is probably, to me, one of the best wingers, specifically wingers in this league. Because you look at the way that they move out there and the ability to cut in, but also the vision to pass, to make that sort of pass.
Yeah, definitely a dangerous player on their day. But Catalunya coming right back. It's a giant clog in the middle.
Rising up to Vince.
They get a lead again. There was a lot of traffic towards the top of the 18 there. And it's just like someone needed to make a run that broke it. Nobody did.
Well, what I was saying with right before that goal happened with Noodle, that there's a lot of players out there right now that I think this specific offseason may have been one of the most the biggest off seasons, honestly, with the whole Sydney situation going on. But there was also a lot of other moves that we were seeing, like with Seoul, as we've mentioned, Noodle and JJ Okocha no longer with Seoul. And here comes Noodle right now. It's saved by Gunnarsson.
Yeah, they became gingers in the off season because they have no soul. Or something, I don't know. Anyway,
right,
1-1 at halftime here.
All right, bud.
On the banks of the Nile.
And Catalunya,
game.
Catalunya seems like they should be dominating here. You see 61% possession, but I think there's a Mourinho quote about, you can have as much possession as you want as long as we get 1% and 1 goal and you have no goals. I'm paraphrasing here.
Celtic over Barcelona strategy.
Exactly.
And they had, 18%? or whatever, but they had the 1 goal from Victor Wanyama.
Hey.
As we get some substitutions here.
Wait a second. I hear you said Victor Wanyama, and I'm just like, that's Montreal, though. He played for Celtic?
Yeah, before he went to Southampton.
Neat. Well, do you think that we have any subs here, or we're just like stalling for the simmer?
There's got to be some changes here.
Yep, we do see some changes. Mojo Rising and Austin McPossum are off the pitch for Catalunya. I did not see exactly who came on.
Mojo Rising and De Bernia, I believe.
I saw Mojo Rising came off the pitch. That was McFlopface, actually.
Okay, I am going blind.
No, it's just like a lot of information that you need to retain within like a short period of time. As Järvinen comes up the right wing. De Bernia! And that's a goal! Dogwood Maple. Bounced off the keeper there. And once again, right place, right time. You just, being a striker is mostly about positioning. And, or off the ball.
Yeah, just right place, right time for that rebound. You put the ball on net and anything can happen or whatever.
I mean,
Catalunya, they had all the possession. Now it turns out they have that dog in them. Because it's dogwood people.
We're both hockey people. I mean, the old saying of get pucks deep, get pucks in the net. And win some hockey games. There's a Kocha. Ooh, almost a header from Maple there to finish it, but that was cleared away.
Last-ditch defending there, coming up big for Cairo, because that could have been 2 quick goals, and all of a sudden, you're already playing from behind. You're already, the flow of the game has not gone your way. 2 quick goals, and it's just that's just deflating.
One thing that I will say is concerning for both teams is that this midfield is just the possession in the middle third is. I want to see the action zones because it feels very even in the middle third. They're giving up the ball a lot.
That's a nice save by the Heretic there. As we got a corner here. That did nothing.
So here comes McFlopface at the top of the box. No one quite getting enough room here. As De Bernia gets the ball taken away. Now it's possible up the left wing.
Ran into a traffic jam there. Are we sure we're not doing the Hollywood game yet?
Well, where are we playing? Cairo?
Cairo.
If we're playing in Cairo, there's actually a whole lot of traffic there if you've ever seen clips of that area. Ooh, a tackle in the box. Clear penalty. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, no booking there. Which way do you think it's going?
To the left.
No, it's saved up the middle. The Heretic gets in the way, keeping Cairo alive in this game.
Credit to the Heretic for not listening to me because I'm very bad at predictions.
But you are good at referencing Beyonce.
Yeah. Penalties in Cairo are never given.
Ooh, that was a weird play there. That almost slipped in, too. Let's see if that penalty save fires. Gives it away real easy there. That was a rough turnover. As McFlopface carries it all the way forward, doesn't do anything with it. That's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, kind of a weak deflection, safely into the hands of the goalkeeper.
But as you see there, the XG is up to 3.
Yeah, I speculated that maybe that penalty save would fire Cairo up again. That hasn't to be the case so far. Watch now as soon as I say that they're going to find a counterattack goal here.
Does not look like it, honestly. I mean, the moment it gets to the middle third, that's when the ball gets turned over. The middle third. Here's Järvinen up the right, and that's saved. A pretty weak shot.
Yep, but Catalunya continuing to pile on the pressure. But you wonder if these wasted chances aren't going to come back to bite them.
It's a hard cross, but nobody really in the right spot for it. You need somebody there at that penalty spot. The ball is at the penalty spot, but gets taken away, and there's a clearance.
Yep, too much going on there.
Torres.
Oh, here's a chance.
Has space. And cannot slot it through.
Yeah, good look from Torres, one of Cairo's more dangerous players last season. Going to have to be pretty big this year again if they're going to stay up.
And that shot from De Bruyne isn't going to do much.
Yep. It's a shot, not a,
well, they're going to count it as a shot on the... They're going to count it as a shot on goal, but, in our hearts, we know difference.
Is not keeping that goal.
And that is going to be it. Catalunya win 2-1 to start their campaign. They're obviously in the hunt for the championship title, as we all kind of consider. Cairo, how do you think Cairo handled their first game of this season?
Yeah, I mean, Catalunya was all over them. The goalkeeper, the Heretic, kept them in it. They're gonna have to be better. But, if your keeper can keep you in games, you've always got a chance. As someone who gets to watch Andre Blake every week. But, yeah, that was...
man, I love that guy.
That second half was not pretty.
I mean...
That second half was not pretty.
The thing with Cairo is that, it's not just that it's a small sample size. It is a very specific sample. They're going up against Catalunya. Catalunya is a team that is going to choke you out. And, they've done pretty well, all things considered, for the moment that they're in.
Yes. I mean, against some of the lower tier opposition, the points will be there. It's just Catalunya is just such a tough first match of the season. They're probably cursing out the match computer for that one.
We have no control over that.
Our next game, which is this is the one we're looking for.
Oh, this is a good match here. Sydney City against Accra FC. Sydney City is the defending champions, but Accra has almost took almost all of Sydney's players.
Yeah, and this was this Accra team was one that absolutely destroyed D2 last season. They up as for Sydney, I mean, it's been discussed to death. It's been chaotic there, but I feel like for them, it's just gonna be nice to get back on the pitch and put a lot of this stuff in the rearview mirror, at least for the time being.
I'm gonna say, I think your audio did something weird there. I heard I think your audio switched.
That's odd.
Yeah.
I'm just going to choose to blame my old-ass computer. As, whoa. Field goal is good.
Komiato's shot goes over. Looked a bit wide right, honestly.
Listen, I don't know my... I am very
that in the background
about my... Yeah, but the cable is weird.
There's a lot of strange names here on Sydney that I've never seen before.
And that's what happens when they've had so many waiver claims, it feels like.
There's a header from Espilicueta.
Yep, Espilicueta coming over from Cairo.
Wait, look at the players. I was going to say, if you look at the players on Accra, there are definitely quite a few names on there that Sydney City fans will recognize. And I will say, fun fact about Jordan Xhaka. Jordan Xhaka almost became a Kapstad player, but negotiations did not work out.
Wenger almost signed him.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's a very, the situation with the team sort of necessitated like an almost, it wasn't like about going after the best offer. It was just hit this mark. You can get the player if they choose to go. And that's how it's been for Sydney under the current. I think the specific term is under administration, right?
I believe they did find
a new GM after that, but during the time they were under administration was when a lot of these deals were done. Because, that was a good shot from Sinclair.
Yeah, they kind of had their hands tied because
there were a lot of players that were not happy with the way that things happened. And as we see here, Accra's got quite a few of those players. Malachi Black. Ooh, Espilicueta. That's going to go wide.
Very good look from Espilicueta. Obviously going to be a pretty important part of this Sydney team and sort of rebuilding this team. We've seen what he's done in the past. Believe he was with Cairo last season, helped them stay up. He was a huge part of London's title a couple seasons ago.
So the big question that I have, like sort of bringing all of this up and like the background stuff of it, is that, here's a cross and that nobody's going to jump for it, honestly. Big shot from Snooks. That's saved by Problem. The big question I was going to ask here is, they're going to give an offside. Okay. The big question I was going to ask, finally, is, is Sydney sort of like suddenly gone from like winning the title to relegation contenders, or do you think that they have the ability to be mid-table at least?
I think if they can scrap together...
Quick shot from Espilicueta.
Like, I'm never one to just pencil them in as immediately doomed because, as Espilicueta, they have some experienced people who will probably do enough to keep them up. But, like, I don't see them as, like, a title contender. I see them as more like, 5th, 6th.
Yeah. Well, as I said, around mid-table.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not exactly great at predictions. Watch, they're going to find a way to go unbeaten and make me look not unbeaten, very smart.
Every single game a scoreless draw. Honestly, that's the sort of thing that you need to do if you feel, as a team, if you feel uncomfortable, just bunker. Just everybody back.
This has been approved by the Albanian government.
This has been the Greek government in 2003.
Yeah, but Sydney have held their own so far in this one against an Accra team that I think there's a decent amount of expectation for, even coming up from D2.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant 2004, didn't I? Yeah.
Euro 2004 with Adowa.
That's what I was thinking of. He's released. It's Espilicueta, and that's it. There's a goal for Sydney just before the half.
Yeah, so no all scoreless draws here because there is distinctly a goal. This is a really good ball as Espilicueta with the off-ball movement. Keeper comes out.
You see, actually, I see the biggest thing right there is that Malachi Black was way too committed forward. You see, there was only one center back watching Espilicueta, and you're going to hate this. I'm going to mention Peter Novak. But one of the principles of his like 3-5-2 formation is that you want to have a one-on-one battle. You want to have an it's about a numbers game. And so if they commit a center back forward and you only have a single striker, it's one striker against one center back. If your striker is just good enough, they're going to beat that center back. If it's one striker against two center backs, it's a different story. But Malachi Black moved way too far forward on that play, and Espilicueta was able to exploit that space.
Yeah, there was some weight on that hook there. If anyone's been following that story over the last couple of days.
2020 here, the
2022, the year of niche sports cheating. Because I just saw something today, elsewhere about rigged Irish dance competitions where parents were comparing it with the mafia. Between that and the chaos in chess and this fishing controversy, what is 2022?
Is Xhaka gonna get that cross in? Here comes the cross, and that's saved by Problem. I mean, I think all of us have at least somewhat heard of the original chess cheating story.
Mm-hmm.
That came out recently, but I did see they're apparently just a grandmaster just said, yeah, I've been cheating this entire time or something like that. Ooh, a good shot from Corleone. Is that Corleone? Huh. Neat.
Speaking of the mafia.
Speaking of the mafia, there's Corleone.
Yeah, I mean, there's been for a team that's been in as much tumult as Sydney, they have not shown that they are phased at all in this one.
They haven't shown too much weakness here. As the spill quits, it takes another shot. That's easily blocked, but I mean, they're going after them. Accra has, been up on them. I want to see when the match stats come back up again. I want to see how that possession is looking. I would like to see the action zones too, but we're not going to get that. Carboni bounced off a lot of people. That's going in. That's an own goal by Xherdan Xhaka. Yikes!
That is what we in the business call a very tough scene for Xhaka. Just wrong place, wrong time. Just a cross that almost looked handballed in from this angle.
Yeah, honestly,
Bergevin throwing the puck in his own net in the playoffs one year.
I mean, the best playoff goal, the best disallowed playoff goal to me is Shawzy with the header. That happened while I was at a Fire game too. They actually put it up on the screen at Toyota Park.
Here's a corner.
Saved. Ansa's wide open, but not going to take the shot, huh? They're going to try to look to switch it up here. They have to switch it up. They're overloaded on that side, and well, not much is going to happen from it, I guess.
Yeah, they were looking for some breathing room that they were not getting.
They need that again now.
Yep. Five at the
header
back
is saved.
That 5 at the back has been very strong today.
I mean, that's, as I said, if you don't feel comfortable with the overall quality of your team, you play defensively. Especially if you're playing against a team like Accra, who's now got all of these good players.
Yeah, I mean, they had a good team to begin with. Again, that team walked D2 last season. They would score 4 goals a game, no problem.
Oh, I mean, the champions are holding on, and we're in injury time, and Sydney's leading 2-0 over Accra. Well, there's one. There is one for Accra, but it is going to be called offside.
Yeah, that looked offside to me in the moment. We'll get a look, I believe.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
SMH. Trying to get a replay.
Doing the Olays. Not a good pass from Hulkavoto, but all right, go off. And that's it. Sydney wins 2-0 over Accra FC. That's a great storyline right here. The plundering of that team. And one of the teams that has benefited the most from the plundering of Sydney City is Accra, and they're still not able to beat the original.
Yep, in the words of Rudy Tomjanovich, never underestimate the heart of a champion. I mean, Accra were probably the better team on the day as we look at the stats on the sidebar, but what does the scoreline say? Accra 0, Sydney 2.
You look at the possession. Yeah, Accra had the better possession. That's what I figured would be the case, that Accra would have the better of the possession. I mean, wow.
The X-Dog of Sydney was just too high on this day.
They've
and also
really
they
had
had some help on that just freak deflection on the own goal.
I mean, they really got some up dog.
I'm not falling for that. And our final game is what? Hollywood versus Tokyo, correct? I don't have the list.
Why are you asking me? It's well known that I never pay attention and I have alcohol in front of me at all times.
It's okay. Paying attention in this economy, nobody has the money for that.
I don't have that.
Especially with inflation.
Here we go. I mean,
attention cost needs to be inflation adjusted.
Well, with that game, how do you? I guess would you change your outlook for? I mean, the outlook for both of those teams, honestly.
I mean, it is just one game, but it is not the longest season. Nice little asymmetric formation there.
Hollywood wants to make me angry, but Tokyo has a 4-3-3. Hollywood with a. I mean, you could call it a 4-2-3-1. I remember back, God, it must have been Football Manager 16 when I was doing something with the Fire. I called it the anchor formation, where it was a 4-1-1-3-1.
With a sweeper?
No, there were wingbacks.
Okay, I was trying to visualize how that would work.
4-1-1-3-1, and I think that's what they're playing. Actually, it's just a bit, off kilter.
There's too many ones. This is too binary for me.
Well, I mean, there's an implied 0 somewhere.
Scoreline right now, and the amount of things that have happened in this game, because
True.
We're 17 minutes in and not much has happened, but maybe we got something here.
Quick play there as Hayden almost gets that. That's going to be a offside call there. And, Scott Sterling living up to his name, almost saving that with his face, but...
Hey, doesn't matter what you save it with as long as you save it. Well, that excludes, factors such as rebounds.
As long as you catch it.
As long as ball don't go in. A lot of bodies in that box right now.
Just not a lot of space to move, not a lot of space to want to cross it in, honestly. There's Zhang Kwai.
Another former Sydney player, I do believe.
And another former Inter player.
Correct. Left us when we went down for Sydney, so I think that's third club in 3 seasons.
I think this is going to be an interesting thing to look at here, because Hollywood is getting a lot of offside calls on Tokyo, but they're like flooding the box against them.
Yeah.
It's real crowded in there.
You can't do anything in the box if there's no room.
Oh, Zhang Kwai again saved. I'm sorry, I meant it the other way around. That Tokyo is flooding the box, and Hollywood is just struggling to find their way in specifically. Bobby's shot goes wide, and like the sort of style that they like to play here is that they want to get it quick, or at least they're the ones who try to overload. And here's a goal from George Costanza.
And that's the first goal for Hollywood. Another team that's probably going to be in that title hunt. And it comes off a corner. See what set pieces can do? That's a header. Just beats the defender.
We have not seen very many good set pieces in this round. But hey, there's one.
Somewhere Lexi Lawless smiles.
And everyone else shivers a bit.
You're not wrong.
I met Lawless once.
Oh, God. My condolences?
Yeah. And Hollywood, oh, okay. You know, I was hoping that Hollywood would break free from the middle third, but instead it's Tokyo that do that. Rise, not really his traditional style of play here, getting on the break, but now we'll try to see him actually play his traditional style of play, getting on the end of a cross that, nope, doesn't get to him.
Yeah, there was a last-ditch recovery to block that shot out for a corner. Here's another corner.
Not going to do much there. Another cross. And that's going to do something. There it is. Skyrise header.
Yep.
I was about to say meaty French forehead, but I forgot. Isn't Rise supposed to be American, right? Yeah.
I want to say Canadian, but that's probably wrong.
Just a real, just, you know, doesn't even matter where he's from. Just a meaty forehead. Yep. That man scores goals with his face.
Yeah. And if you're Scott Sterling, you have to get to that ball once you commit to coming off your line. He whiffs, easy tap in. And it's 1-1. Like, that's goalkeeper decision-making 101. Like, the risk you take when you come off your line. You better either punch that ball away or just catch it.
You're going to come, you better come correct.
I survived the Rice and Bowley era enough to remember this stuff. But 1-1 at halftime in what has been a pretty even game here.
I don't know. I'd take Jorge Campos just wandering around, having a wander. There's the legendary moment of a goal being scored against the Fire because Jorge Campos had to come off to get the 11th man jersey on.
That's a zero IQ move right there.
I know.
Yep, and
run.
We'll be seeing some substitutions going into this second half.
And that's Pudinesca on for Calvatore. Yeah, Pudinesca has done pretty well. I mean, in high pressure situations, I'd say.
Yeah, and I mean, again, this is a Hollywood team that's probably going to have title aspirations. You know, you hope the substitute can come on and change the game, get you that extra that you need to win.
I mean, that's the point of depth.
Yep, and, you know, in a season-long format, depth matters.
Pocket isn't quite free yet, and I don't think they're ever going to get free. That sounded a bit dark. Here's Nesse on the wing.
Also former Sydney.
Isagi! Yep, okay, that cross didn't get to anybody.
I feel like we're going to be saying former Sydney a lot this season.
Yeah. At least the first week.
Yeah.
Shot from Hayden is saved by Sterling.
Also, Nesse, like Leon Kwai, former London.
Hayden. Over to Nesse.
Had no space there. Maybe he took that shot hoping to get a deflection to get some?
Oh, you know, you got to get pucks deep, get pucks in the net. And win some hockey games. Here's a long pass. Ooh! Very close to, you know, being something interesting there. If that ball got to Bobby, that'd be a very interesting attack. But instead, we're coming back this way with Tokyo. Nesse again. Lays off to Isagi. You know, they're really attacking that left side of the Hollywood defense. That's Gerard over there on that left back position. I don't think that they specifically are trying to attack that spot, but they're trying to play that ball through Nesse.
Yeah. You know, a lot of traffic coming in that direction, but not a whole lot in terms of...
Quick counterattack was counterattacked again. That's Ricky Bobby there. Strong shot from outside the box. As you're going to see here, I was about to mention that didn't want to interrupt you, even though I do that constantly. That ball not collected by Rise very well. Rashford able to take it away, and it just pops out to Bobby. I'm a bit confused as to why Bobby took that shot right in front of Goat, but hey, it worked out.
The only thing is it has to work, and that worked beautifully. What a goal. That's probably the best individual goal we've seen on this first match day.
I mean, if we're talking in real life, all it has to do is work. I disagree because, somebody should be smart enough to not do that. But, hey, it's Football Manager. We can be as dumb as we want.
It's that X-Dog. Might not be the highest expected goal, but you know what? It was a goal. That's what matters.
It was a goal anyway.
And here they come forward. I see some raindrops here. One's easily saved.
Oh, isn't it in Tokyo?
Yeah.
Well, Japan actually gets some of the most precipitation in the world, I think, right? Yeah. I think there's a specific place in... that's going to be stopped. There's a specific place in about around like northwestern of the main island that actually has the most precipitation in the entire world. Most of it's snow, but it's the most precipitation in the world.
Most of it's snow. You have my attention. Local winter enthusiast.
Oh god, I want to go to Hokkaido. As here comes Tokyo. Nese. Isagi hands it back to Rise, and that's a goal for Tokyo. It is level again.
That was just some pretty passing in that final third. You said earlier, they'd been building up that side for a lot of the match, and they get it to work here. Just absolutely wonderful ball out wide. Acres of space. Nese was on
no one nearby.
And just tic-tac goal. 2-2. What a game.
Here comes another chance now. That's saved by Sterling.
Yeah, got the header off, but not a particularly threatening one. Right into the hands of the goalkeeper.
I'm sorry, I was yawning. I was about to say Taka with a good chance there, but it was saved by what is that? Berger? Huh. Well, Tokyo's goalkeeper of the season, I guess, they haven't really had that steady of a goalkeeper for a while.
Yeah, I mean, goalkeeper is just a weird position.
Especially in a league where, you can only get like one per team. So there's going to be very few, and, some of them just might not work out. So then you got to find another one quickly.
Easy save there. As we get into into stoppage time. Is there one last rush in this game? Probably not, but who knows?
Well, that is still another throw-in. Okay, they're not going to let him take it. That's it. Everyone go home.
Beat the traffic. Does Tokyo have bad traffic? I don't know.
I mean, the stadium probably has some great public transportation nearby, so...
What a concept. But a 2-2
what a concept,
draw,
us Americans.
2-2 draw, very even, very competitive game. Skyrise 2 goals, and then Bobby and Costanza for Hollywood. Not really much to say. Very even, very back and forth.
Out of all the goals that we've seen so far today, I think that second goal for Tokyo is probably the prettiest goal that we've seen with the nice build-up. I mean, yes, there was the good Iodele pass back in the for Sao Paulo, I believe. But yeah, for Aniver's goal, that was a good pass, but that was a lot of other things. I think that just the way that Tokyo moved around Hollywood in that second goal was Solid. I love that. That was pretty nice. That was pretty neat.
Yep, and then we had a great individual goal with the Ricky Bobby goal for Hollywood. So a hard-fought 2-2 draw. Those two teams will be 4th and 5th behind the 3 winners of the other 3 games. Because that's how Matchday 1 works.
So, what do you think?
Yeah, very exciting first day, very interesting. We saw some new look teams, some new teams all together, and there's going to be plenty of talking points going forward.
Oh, that sounds pretty neat. I'm Jiggly.
I'm Val.
Thanks for watching.